This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. New developments tonight involving the search for a missing Sarasota teenager.
The reward for information on the disappearance of 14-year-old Jabez Spann has been greatly increased. The Sarasota Police Department, the FBI, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement now offering a $25,000 reward for information about the teen. Spann has been missing since September 4th. There have been several organized searches for him around the area, but so far there have been no signs of him. Spann was last seen in the area of 22nd Street in Sarasota wearing a turquoise shirt. Anyone with information is asked to call Sarasota County Crime Stoppers at 366-TIPS. Since 1991, Manatee County has had a diversion program for first-time teenage offenders, and now that program is in need of some volunteers.
The program shows teens how the courtroom process works, everything from courtroom questioning and code of conduct. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us now with how this all works. Dwayne?
Well, guys, it's called Teen Court. It's also referred to as sort of a Head Start program for kids interested in law. The Manatee County Clerk of Courts giving an opportunity to kids ages through 17, familiarity with the profession.
For many counties in the state, first-time juvenile offenders who admit guilt of nonviolent misdemeanor offenses may be heard by a jury of their peers instead of going up in front of a judge.
Number one, it saves the taxpayers quite a bit of money because the cost of a child coming through our program versus going through the juvenile justice system is greatly reduced.
Teen Court Supervisor Susan Locklear says it's these youth volunteers that fill the crucial roles of prosecutor and defending attorneys, not only training kids in a courtroom setting, but in life as well.
Just having to get up and prepare a case and think on their feet and, question a child and, in a courtroom in front of people that they don't know. It's helped tremendously.
And now Teen Court is looking for more volunteers to complete a day-long training session to be in the program.
It's amazing to me how often children can tell whether other children are being truthful. When a child's up on the stand and they're testifying about what happened, in their case, whatever their offense was, if they're being less than truthful, the jury will know it.
A program, Locklear says, is beneficial for kids being sentenced.
One of the main components of the sentence is community service hours. So these kids are required to go out and perform community service.
And kids on the other side as well.
It gives the kids a place to go. It helps them with their public speaking, even if they have no interest in ever becoming an attorney.
Now, for more information on becoming a Teen Court volunteer, you can contact the Manatee County Clerk's Office. And that one-day training will be held on Saturday, November 4th of this year. Back to you.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. Schools across the Suncoast are taking in more and more students who have been displaced by Hurricane Maria. After the storm devastated areas of Puerto Rico, many families have been making their way to Florida to either live here temporarily or permanently. Sarasota County School District officials say 11 students have recently enrolled in classes there, and in Manatee County, at least 36 students from Puerto Rico are now attending classes.
A follow-up now on the cleanup from Hurricane Irma. The city of Venice says they have picked up 561 tons of debris since September 20th. All of the debris on the island has been removed to include neighborhoods. The outlying communities of Pine Brook and Roberta will be cleaned up starting today. Over in Northport, the city is working to clean up smaller roadways to ensure traffic safety. They too will begin clearing debris from neighborhoods this week. And if you are looking to clean up some debris today, it was pretty hot out there.
Yeah, you need to take some breaks and some water breaks for sure. Let's get more on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, high pressure bringing us a strong easterly wind flow, which is really heating things up into the low 90s today, near record-breaking heat, and that's a result of this high pressure ridge, which is really over the Carolina coast here. It's going to allow this to scoot underneath it and head in our direction. This is an upper level low trying to work down to the surface, but we have some moisture in the upper levels of the atmosphere. You can see that quite clearly, rotating in that counterclockwise swirl, moving off to the west. It will bring a little increase in moisture once it reaches us on Friday and Saturday and even into Sunday right now. And that high pressure will also block this cold front that's moving through the central U.S. from entering into our weather picture. Unfortunately, it's not going to cool us down. 91 right now, that's what the actual temperature is, but look at the dew point temperature. It's pretty low, 69, the humidity 48%, and the winds are continuing out of the east. Temperatures along the coast all in the low 90s there. 92 in Bradenton, Northport, you're at 91, Venice 92. The Gulf water temperature is still very warm, 85 degrees, and 90 in Sebring now. Titan radar picture not showing much. A few isolated showers are pushing off to the west at around 10 to 15 miles an hour, so we can expect a few sprinkles. There's one or two there in eastern sections of Manatee County. Not much going along the area beaches right now, and there's no real threat of any significant kind of lightning with these storms just because it's just too dry out there and it's too hot with a lot of sinking air. It doesn't allow a lot of lift in the atmosphere. More in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Tonight, the mourning process is underway at Texas Tech University, where a freshman is now in custody, accused of killing a police officer.
It was a very scary night in Lubbock, Texas. The incident started when officers on a student welfare check entered a room. Once inside, they found evidence of drugs and paraphernalia. The officers took 19-year-old Hollis Daniels to the police station for a standard debriefing.
Sometime during that debriefing, the student pulled a gun and fatally wounded one of the officers.
Daniels then ran off and was on the loose for about an hour. The campus was placed on lockdown during that time. Then around 9:30 p.m. local time, an officer captured him in a campus parking lot.
It's now been more than a week since the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Now investigators are scrambling the timeline, saying the hero security guard was shot at before anyone else. ABC's Maggie Rulli explains what investigators have now learned.
A new timeline of events reveals that Mandalay-based security guard Jesus Campos was the Vegas shooter's first victim.
Mr. Campos was encountered by the suspect prior to his shooting to the outside world.
Hailed as a hero for days, investigators initially said Campos came to gunman Stephen Paddock's hotel room while he was still firing on the innocent concertgoers. Then he alerted police after being wounded himself in a hail of 200 bullets.
I can tell you, there's not a doubt in my mind that he stopped that suspect from continuing to fire.
Now investigators are saying Campos was shot and wounded a full 6 minutes before the killer started raining gunfire on the unsuspecting crowd. With the timeline completely changed, new questions need answers. How quickly did the guard notify hotel security? And was there an opportunity for armed security personnel or police to confront Stephen Paddock before he started shooting?
Why didn't someone get to him in that 8 to 9 minute window before he actually started shooting after the guard was hit?
The FBI and Las Vegas police have sorted through more than 1,000 leads and examined Stephen Paddock's politics, finances, any possible terrorist radicalization, and his social behavior. And they still don't know what led the 64-year-old gambler to go on a murderous shooting spree.
Over 200 instances of the suspects traveling throughout Las Vegas, and he has never been seen with anyone else.
A week later, and investigators are no closer to finding a motive. At this point, all they can say is that a severe mental illness may have been a primary catalyst. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
City of Orlando is discussing building a memorial to honor the victims of last year's mass shooting at the Pulse nightclub. A panel of memorial experts met at an Orlando theater last night. The members were involved in the planning of the Oklahoma City bombing memorial, the World Trade Center memorial, and others. The panelists gave some advice on what the Pulse nightclub memorial should include, but including everyone in the memorial will be a challenge. Meanwhile, the Orlando City Council granted a temporary permit request to add a new fence and other upgrades around the Pulse nightclub. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, more places to get fresh fruits and vegetables.
A new farmers market is coming to Lakewood Ranch, but it won't be on Main Street, where you can find produce this winter. Coming up next.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call Tax 10,000 at 800-817-1064.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Even though it's October, there's still plenty of time to catch some rays here on the Sun Coast. But when should doctors start talking with patients about sun safety? As ABC's Arlette Saenz explains, it might be earlier than you think.
It's all fun in the sun until someone gets burned. And all too often, it's kids who suffer from sunburn. The dangers go well beyond the immediate pain and redness. A bad sunburn or skin blistering during childhood can boost the risk of skin cancer later in life, especially those with fair skin. Now, the nation's top advisory group on preventive medicine urging doctors to start having discussions with parents of fair-skinned kids as soon as those children hit 6 months of age. A big change from the previous recommendation to start such discussions at the age of 10. The tips parents could start hearing from pediatricians: sunscreen with SPF of at least 15, slapping a hat and sunglasses on that kid's head, and ensuring sun protective clothing while outdoors while seeking shade during the midday. Solid sun safety tips for toddlers and youngsters, and for teens and adults as well. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Saenz, ABC News.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. A beautiful day it was, albeit on the warm side. Temperatures topping out into the low to mid 90s. Feels like temperatures up near 100. Manway's a webcam showing calm conditions out there in the waters. Looks pretty good. Smooth sailing. Let's see if I can get out with Captain Johnny tomorrow. Catch some fish. We haven't done that in a while. He's been on vacation for the last couple of months, it seems like. But we can see a few showers again on the radar imagery. Not much going on here, but all in all, it's been fairly dry, and it looks like it'll stay that way through the overnight hours. Now, we may see a brief sprinkle here and there. We're already starting to see that motion from the east to the west at around 15 miles an hour. The storms down to the south have a little bit more action to them in terms of lightning. There's a possibility 1 or 2 of these may generate a lightning strike or two, but it doesn't have much of a chance. As you can see, they're very isolated at this point. Now, there's a sea breeze. It's kind of hung up right along the immediate coast, so as these get closer to the coast, there's a chance we could see a few spotty showers popping up right along the coastline like we're starting to see right now. There's a little bit of activity right there near Longboat Key. The evening planner, though, generally fair skies and temperatures staying warm. Today's highs were in the low 90s. Tampa set or at least tied a record high today. We were 1 degree shy of setting a record, or at least tying a record today at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. 91 the current temp. Feels like temperature at 96 and lots of sunshine out there. There's the high, 92 degrees. Typically our high is 86, so it is well above average. And the record high, 93, set back in 1962. This morning's low was warm too. And now as far as rainfall goes, we haven't had any rain to report at the airport. And for the month, it's been relatively dry. We're below average at 1.19 inches, and we're still well above average for the year at 14.5 inches above average. Now temperatures for highs tomorrow will be near record-breaking again due to that easterly flow around an area of high pressure located off the Carolina coast. That high pressure will hold firm. It looks like kind of blocking a cold front from entering into the weather picture, so no cold fronts anticipated through the weekend. And maybe next week there's a chance we could see some action late. But for the time being, this moisture that you see here is going to be working its way in our direction. Not so much tomorrow. A few spotty showers like we're seeing today. And that goes the same for Thursday. You'll notice this line right here. That's the cold front that gets hung up over north central Florida. Behind it, cooler and drier air. Out ahead of it, the warm and relatively moist air that will stay with much of the peninsula. And then we'll see an increase in chance for showers as a result of this system right here. It's basically an upper level low, so we don't really worry too much about upper level lows becoming any significant tropical system. Sometimes they can work down to the surface and become a tropical system, but that takes a long time, so that is really not a big concern. As it heads off to the west, it will increase our cloud cover and a chance for showers and storms as we head into the weekend. Now, this is a tropical storm, but soon to be hurricane, it looks like. A hurricane, again, pushing off toward the southeast and then the northeast toward Portugal. And top winds now at 60 miles an hour, and all the models are indicating that Ophelia will become a hurricane, which would be the 10th consecutive hurricane of the season. Tying an old mark set back in 1893. And you can see all the storms we've had thus far. Still got just over a month to go before the official end. Here's a look now at the forecast for boaters. Winds will be out of the east, switching around to the north at 10 knots, and we'll see seas generally less than 2 feet out there. A light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 85. Still very warm. Have to have a cold front to cool things down into the upper 70s, but as I said, that's not happening anytime soon. UV index will be high to 10. A low tide upcoming for Sarasota Bay. 10:14 and a sunset, nice one, 7:06. I thank everyone for sending in the photos last night of the sunset too. It was beautiful, mostly fair. Isolated showers, 73 for a low tonight, 92 for a high tomorrow. And we'll have those east winds at 5 to 10. The extended forecast does call for a chance for showers, but not much. On Wednesday, Thursday, there's still a slight chance, increasing rain chance as we move into Friday and over the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Right now, traffic is backed up on I-75 in Manatee County from State Road 70 north to past State Road 64, so you may want to avoid that stretch of interstate. And just a reminder, you can get updates on road conditions or accidents on the Suncoast 24 hours a day. You just download our app and search for ABC7 Sarasota. You'll get notifications about crashes and road closures sent directly to your smartphone.
Some people have already started holiday shopping, and chances are you'll probably spend quite a bit of money over the next couple of months. The National Retail Federation is predicting shoppers will spend more this holiday season, about 3.5% more. But there is one big unknown. That's the impact of Hurricanes Harvey and Irma, and how that will affect spending along the Gulf Coast and here in Florida. Storm victims who are still repairing and rebuilding their homes may have to limit their holiday shopping, and some stores damaged during the storms might not reopen in time for holiday shopping. General Motors is buying a small company that's developing laser light sensors for cars. Strobe Incorporated will work with GM to develop the next generation of laser sensors. General Motors says Strobe's technology will reduce the cost of vehicles, but didn't specify when the technology would be ready in vehicles.
Well, people living in the Lakewood Ranch area will soon have more options on where to buy local produce and other healthy foods. For the first time in nearly 2 years, a farmers market will be open in the Manatee County community. It'll be at the Sarasota Polo Club and will include live music and vendors selling everything from produce, seafood, honey, dairy products, and much more. The farmers market will be open from 3 to 6 p.m. on Wednesdays starting December 6th and will run until April. And I was actually at the farmers market in downtown Sarasota this weekend, was speaking with the owner of Worden Farms, and they said they are looking to do boxed delivery of fruit and vegetables to the Lakewood Ranch area. So good news for people living over there.
Definitely. Or just head out to the polo fields right there. Entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
If you have Medicare, I have 3 things you'll want to hear. There's an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana. It includes Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage, and it may save you money in so many ways. It's all in this book, and it's yours free just for calling. You'll see all the ways the plan might save you money, even on prescription drugs. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,500 on average on their prescription costs. And you get all this coverage with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. Even if you've looked at Humana before, you need to take another look at this plan. We'll send you the decision guide absolutely free, in a slightly smaller size, of course. Discover the all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan that could cut your costs and cover your prescriptions. Call 1-800-824-8241 or go to humanabigbook.com. The savings are too big to miss.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Medicare's annual election period has begun. If you already have Medicare, new benefits may now be available with no copays, no deductibles, or $0 premiums. Call now to speak to a licensed insurance agent who can help guide you step by step through a free analysis of the benefits available to you. And you may be eligible for plans that even include additional coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. MedicareAdvantage.com searches thousands of insurance plans from leading insurance companies. We'll help you find plans that may cost you less, cover more benefits, and give you more choices, like home delivery of your prescriptions, gym memberships, and even over-the-counter allowances for everyday needs, like antacid, allergy medicine, vitamins, and even toothpaste. Don't miss the deadline to enroll. It's time to get more out of Medicare.
Call 800-314-8605. That's 800-314-8605. 800-314-8605. Call now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Designer Donna Karan is apologizing for her remarks about sexual assault allegations against Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein.
Karen questioned whether women in general, including his alleged victims, may have been, quote, asking for it by the way they dress and present themselves. Her comment came after Weinstein was fired by the company he co-founded over allegations of sexual misconduct. Karen later apologized, saying, quote, I made a statement that unfortunately is not representative of how I feel or what I believe. Meanwhile, other celebrities are now coming forward with their own stories of sexual harassment by Harvey Weinstein. In an interview with the New York Times, Gwyneth Paltrow described his attempt to lure her into giving him a massage in a hotel room. Angelina Jolie also told the paper that she had a bad experience with Weinstein in her youth. One of Weinstein's representatives responded by saying any allegations of non-consensual sex are unequivocally denied by Mr. Weinstein.
50 Shades of Grey fans can rejoice. A new book written in Christian Grey's perspective is set to come out next month. The author of the sexually graphic series says the new book will give readers a darker and more haunted take on Christian. It's set to be released on November 28th.
An impromptu dance party here on the Suncoast last week during National Night Out. Sarasota Police Sergeant Eric Bolden decided to show off his dancing skills. Bolden and a group of kids doing the Cupid Shuffle. As you can see, it's like everyone had a great time, and they know that dance well, don't they?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite stories of the day today. Maybe we should start like a dance-off between like Sarasota Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, Manatee County, Bradenton. We'll see.
Well, Sarasota Police in the lead right now with Sergeant Bolden. He's good.
Looks like the kids are having a good time as well.
Yeah. All right, stay with us. More news ahead.